Welcome back to Chapter 3, Part 3 on the Insert tab. We will be looking at pictures, outline pictures, shapes, and SmartArt. Going to our document, let's start. We want to be on the Insert tab. We are going to start with our first image. I'm going to select that image. You can either get pictures, which are right from your flash drive or H drive. You can actually click online pictures, so you can actually go online. And largely those pictures will be Creative Commons. Since I already have images in here, I'm not too worried about this. All right, once I click on my image, I'm going to go up to the very top where it says Picture Tools. I'm going to select on that, and I'm going to get a whole new set of tools for my picture. If I can add, starting on the left side, I can do corrections, which will give me sharpen or soften the image. I can do brightness and contrast. I can go up here to color on the drop down, and I actually can change the color. Meanwhile, I'm going to click here, and if I simply want to square up my text, this little square, the layout option, if I click on it, the one right here will be square, so I can do that. So I'm going to pull it over here so I can show you a little bit better the colors. So I can add color to my features if I want. So those are one ways to make your images stand out a little bit. So we'll do a red. I can also add artistic effect, and I will get screen tips that will tell me what each of those are. I can do a line drawing. I can also add a picture style. If I click on here, I can see that I can add picture styles to my images. All right. I can also add a picture border. I can change the weight. From here, change the picture border. And then I can also change the picture effect. For example, I can add shadow reflection glow. Go down here and I'm going to add an 18-point glow to it. All right. I can add my alt text. I think on your computers you don't have an alt text here. I think you have to right click, go to your format object, and then underneath here, your third icon, you're going to click that. And I think that's where your alt text is. On mine, it's not there, but I do believe that yours will be underneath this icon. Mine is right up here, and all I have to do is write in hiking shorts. And alt text now is required on all websites, so I have to make sure I put that in. I can wrap my text, right, which you saw down here when you click on that. You also have a position icon that I don't have. That must be something that they've changed. Oh no, here it is. Here's my position icon. And I can, first of all, let me get a, I can position to top right with square text wrapping. I can position with left square wrapping. I can even go down here for more layout options. All right, and I can change my size where I have my height absolute and I have a width absolute. If I want the width relative, I can click on relative, but I can't on this picture. I will show that I can crop, all right? And over here, I can remove the background. So let's go down to this boat image, and I am going to position this. And we're going to say in the position in bottom center with square text wrapping. There we go. And then I can. I don't have anything with that I can remove the background, but I can do the transparency if I wanted, but I don't. I can change my color if I want, and I can add picture effects. So I can do a bevel if I want. I also can have a bevel style. So you have to watch out for the bevels because they show up in a couple of different places. I'm trying to find it. There's bevel perspective. That's not what I wanted. Here's what I want, bevel perspective. There we go. And then I can add picture effects. I can add a glow if I want. And then it's already positioned. Now let's say that I want to wrap this text, and we're going to go to position. We want it to be an absolute position to the right of, let's say, the column. And maybe we want the vertical position to be a minus something relative to the margin. I'm going to click OK. And you notice that it's moved my boot to a different position. So up here you have a lot of different tools underneath your picture tools. Originally you will put your picture in under the Insert tab. Once your picture is in, then you have to go to Picture Tools, Format, and you'll have a lot of different options that you can use to insert your document, to change your picture. All right. So we've talked about pictures. Now let's go down a little bit. I'm just going to get rid of this page break. All right. I'm going to let's say I'm going to put in a shape. I can go here, and all of these have different names. Here's an arrow left, so I'm going to take the arrow left. I'm going to draw it in, and I can change the size just by simply going here. However, if I click on this size dialog box, I can turn off my lock aspect ratio. Right now it's off. When it's on, it means everything will be proportioned to the height and width. When it's off, it means I can make my adjustments. I can also add a shape style. If you look now, when I select my arrow, I now get a drawing tools, and I can select a shape style. There's my black intense. I can get that. I can do shape effects. I can add a glow. I have my alt text. I can wrap. So I have a lot of the same features I had before. I can add an outline and a weight. These are all different types of things that you can use for your arrow. All right, now we're going to go back to Insert. We're going to look at SmartArt. I'm going to scroll down here to the end, and I'm going to click on SmartArt. And here will give me the different types of SmartArt. Let's say I want a process, and I'm going to select, let's say I'll select this arrow. Click OK. And then there is my SmartArt. To add text, I just click here, Add Text, SmartArt, hit Enter. Then I can exit out. See how I put an extra box in there? What I have to do is delete it, and it'll get rid of that, and I can close out of my box. And then I can go up to Change Colors, and I can find different ways to make my SmartArt look different, I can go to my SmartArt Tools format and I can change the height to make it more compact. There we go. There we go. And then I can also go to format or design and I can add SmartArt styles such as a bird's eye, sunset, metallic. So you can see that you can, I'm going to use the brick scenario because I think that looks kind of cool. So you can add the type of SmartArt that you want. If I click on SmartArt again, the only caution I have when you're working on SmartArt, make sure that you don't have anything selected. You only want the outside border selected when you're making changes. So that's important too. And you can reset your graphic. All right. So when you're looking at SmartArt, you need to select your let me scroll up here. You notice your tools go away after you deselect. When I select, they come back. When I deselect, they go away. The same thing will be for your shapes. I select and then I get my drawing tools. When I deselect, the drawing tools go away. The same thing will happen for images. When I select, my picture tool comes and I have my different options. When I deselect, those tools go away. So that's pretty much the Insert tab for your pictures, online pictures, shapes, and SmartArt. Thanks for watching and have fun working in Chapter 3.